What is up, guys? In today's video we have another inside the mind style video where I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like some more, and comment down below what you hope to see in tomorrow's update, because tomorrow's update should be like the first major update of the season since Epic have been back from break. And I feel like I've talked about this so many times on stream, but I feel like a lot of the kind of like staleness with this season has been not only because of Epic's break, but also kind of going into that. I feel like not only are they likely to be like somewhat burnt out and just looking forward to the break and just, you know, wanting to get stuff done, but also with a game like Fortnite where everything you do breaks the game, it seems like every time there's an update it breaks something. I feel like they're kind of incentivized at the start of the season to not change things too drastically or do things that are too big of a deal before they go on break, because they're probably just going to break the game. And then it's like the same thing is true like while they're on break. Like updates aren't going to be as big of a deal because you don't want to break everything when they're on break. So I feel like this upcoming update has the potential to fix a lot of the, not necessarily problems with this season, but definitely like freshen it up a bit more than what we've seen for the past updates so far. So I am definitely looking forward to that. I feel like we had a very similar thing with Chapter 3 Season 3, where like after they came back from break it got a lot better, especially when we got into like the Dragon Ball update towards the end. And either way, we are very close to the end of the season. I think there's like 32 days left. Guy under me has a repeater. That is dangerous. And on that statue, so I don't take fall damage. And then easy third party. Unfortunately, not much those players can do there, but that is the nature of Fortnite. They're really NEBR. Players at third party have such an advantage. That's why like I always try to land at the top of this POI if I can, because like if you land at the bottom there, you're way more likely to get third partied. At least if you land at the top, like you might have people landing on you for sure, or contesting you. But you don't have to worry about just people dropping down on you. Like, it's much easier for somebody from the top to drop down than it is for somebody at the bottom to get up. There is definitely more players here, though. Yeah, there's somebody on the capture point right now. I was gonna say, I don't think he was actually going for that. I thought he was just walking through. There's another player I just saw, like, over here, but it's not that Gwen. Is that Gwen coming back? Player's just farming. They might be an AI. Try to back up, see if that Gwen tries to third party us. Like whenever you fight, whenever you get shots on people, you kind of want to like think in the context of what other players are going to do, you know? Because like I shot that Gwen and it turns out it sounds like they're fighting somebody else over here. But more likely if that Gwen was just free to do whatever she wants, she's going to try to make a play on that other person I fought. And just like knowing when you can get third partied or like kind of predicting the third party sets you up so much better to be able to deal with that sort of thing. Be farming something down here. I think he's trying to get into where the barrels are, maybe. Oh my god, that was so bad. My pump didn't shoot once and it like completely threw me off. I messed up the swapping. That is not good. Easily like could have died there. I definitely should have died there. Got very lucky. That's just what it'd be like when you mess up that swap timing between pump and repeater. I feel like you mess it up once and it throws off your entire rhythm. You gotta be like so careful when doing that. Unfortunately, I'm low on ammo. I'm gonna try to pick up this repeater because it should be fully loaded. When you eliminate someone, their weapons drop fully loaded. And I only had 2 repeater shots, so being able to recycle his and get the 5 plus my 2 in reserve is like pretty advantageous. Heavy ammo can be a struggle to get. I did hear somebody pad. That's why I just got away from here, because I figured that player padding would expect us to be down here since that's where we just fought. But now I'm going to go back for this other cooler. This will get us to 100. We got a minute until the boss location spawn, and we'll see if we get one here. Nice, we got Bloodhound. That's such a good augment with this repeater. Especially when you get into like some scuffed situations where you're like fighting at people who like shockwave away or are in the jungle or playing behind cover. Like a lot of what makes the repeater good just goes so well with Bloodhound. Because if you know someone's behind a piece of cover and then you tag them with the repeater and then they're marked, it's like so much easier to hit those following shots on them and just keep getting more and more splash damage over the course of the fight. There's a cooler up here. I don't think I looted it because I was worried about getting timing on that Gwen. A legendary chest as well. Fortunately, not what I need, and the cooler seems to have not spawned. 15 seconds on boss one. So I'm just going to go over here and be ready to pad in case the boss doesn't spawn here. We did get 2 keys, which is super nice. Okay, boss location did spawn here, so we're going to try to quickly eliminate this boss. And then loot the vault. We're going to get gold out of that, which is very nice. And then also we can hopefully get some better rarity weapons. And the slurp juice, obviously. And if I'm able to get a good pump out of it, it makes my game so much better. But I'll talk about that in a moment. Like after we're done with that. Okay, but what I was going to say is, like, if I get a good pump out of here, then we don't have to worry about getting the combat cash as much. But if I don't get a pump out of here, then I'm going to go to get my combat cash afterwards. And so, like, my timing in this game is definitely, like, kill potential at least. Is going to be better if I can just find a good pump out of here. But it's not the most guaranteed thing. To get a repeater, which is nice. But it's not like how it was last season where it's just guaranteed good pump out of the vault, made your life so much better. I could get this vault if I wanted to. Like, if I wasn't recording this video, I would probably open this vault and get the gold. Especially this season, I feel like there's a lot of, like, not even a lot of high value augments, but like soaring sprints and bloodhound and heavy headshots I think are all really good, and I like having them. Like, I find myself re-rolling more augments this season than last. Somebody zipped over here. I'm just gonna let that player be though, I think. Because like I said, I want to try to get my combat cash at a good rarity. So what I'm going to try to do, I don't know if I have enough time to do this, but I want to pad to this other brutal building that has a pad. And then from there, there's a rift location kind of over here. Like one of those vaults you can open to get a rift. And so I would like to pad from here to that. Just going to let that player be. Like, I think the timing on getting a gold cache benefits my game more than just getting that one kill. There's another player in this building somewhere, though. He might be focused on those shots. Look at him. That's one that's really nice thing about this repeater pump combo is, like, times like that where I don't have an angle on that guy, but I know for sure I can get splash damage on him just by shooting the wall. And, like, I feel like part of using pump repeater effectively is kind of knowing when to go for splash damage and when to just go for the shot on the person. But it's like, he isn't exposed to me. I can either wait for him to be exposed or just shoot a shot on the wall, backsplash it, and then he's taking damage for that. And then I'm like back on my pump right away anyways. And we kind of force him to do something because he just took splash damage. It throws a lot of players off. And that's what I wanted to do. I want to be at that rift like as soon as third zone starts. That way we can just rift and then land on our cache and get gold rarity. I think these are both AI because they're fighting just in a way that makes no sense. It's a scuff location for my thing though. We gotta be careful. But this is going to give us a gold pump guaranteed, and then maybe we can get a gold MK as well. You get... Oh shit, there's a guy on me. You get 2 weapons, one of which is a pump. The second weapon is between MK and either of the SMGs. Someone just threw fireflies at me. Or wasps. And again, gonna go for splash damage there because it's easier for me just to hit the ground as he's running up on me than actually go for him. And that's like a time where like I can choose to hit the shot on him. If we hit the shot, that's great. But if I miss it, we get nothing. And I already have that guy weak, so I feel like just taking the guaranteed splash damage there is so nice. Like, sure, guaranteed 38 isn't the biggest deal, but it's a guaranteed 38. And when you've already done like over 100 damage to the person, it's nice. Unfortunately, we're not going to get soaring sprints this game. I probably should have just kept rolling, but it is what it is. I like to have it, especially because, like, if you have soaring sprints, not only can you go really high and then just repeat her down on people, and that's just a bunch of easy kills. There's a player here. But also, I feel like the only combo to somebody doing that to you is just to shockwave yourself. Like, if you're playing against someone that's just going to go high and repeater spam you, then shockwaving yourself as well is, like, pretty much the only thing you can really do to throw them off, I feel like. And that's one of the main problems with this playstyle and the reasons why I think it should be patched. If the only combo to something is to just do it yourself, I think it's pretty bad. And that's how playing around the repeater feels like. I'm, like, pretty certain there's somebody here. Bruh. How did that first shot not hit him? I tried to just like splash damage, and then because then we would get damage and ping him before I peeked. But I guess he was just like standing far enough back to where I didn't hit it because I hit that other wall. If I hit the floor there, maybe we would have hit him first. But I feel like that's a situation where a lot of players would say the drum shotty is like heavily favored. And we're able to kill it up close with the repeater pump combo. That player, there's just a bunch of loot sitting near a bush where I heard people fighting, so we just shoot the bush with the repeater, mark it, easy kill. I don't know where this other player went. I thought they were behind that tree, but I feel like I would have splash damaged everywhere around it. Maybe they slid down here. Oh, there's somebody there. This is them. I'm not sure if they killed that Jules though. Somebody in the water as well. Or maybe that's a wolf or something. Somebody landing on me. They're more of a threat than that Spider-Man is, so I'm just going to leave that Spider-Man be. Or Miles Morales. He's on the low ground. I'm going to get up here. We can maybe see him. We got to be careful of Island, though. Mythic is so good, man. See if that Miles is going to peek now that we just fought somebody else around here. Yep. Don't know where that Miles went, but I heard fighting over here, and so I'm going to go and fight this. I think this is somebody getting the vault. It would be good for me to eliminate this player. There's another player here that was soaring sprints. I was going to say it'd be good for me to kill this player because I only have one player. That's not what I wanted to do with that shockwave at all. Vault hasn't been opened. See if this other guy's going to try to third party us because we just fought at the vault. I can't move my character. That is unfortunate. Thing. I was ready for that third party too. I was hoping that guy would just run at me after we killed the guy underneath because I didn't take very much damage fighting him. But there's another person here and then just get stuck in an area where I can't move my character. I love that. I'm gonna go on this guy. We have him really weak. Nice. It's a huge kill, so I should be able to get more shockwaves. There's only one. That's unfortunate. I don't know if he eliminated that other player or not. I didn't look at his name when I eliminated him. I should have, though, because if I was paying more attention to that player's name, then when they fought after I left, we would know if that player eliminated somebody. Like if I was paying attention to their names in the kill feed, which is something I'm typically good at, but just like in that moment, I did not. But it's like if that guy's name was JimBob27, and then after I left this area, I saw that JimBob27 eliminated somebody here, then I would be like pretty certain that the other player that was here was eliminated. And I still think that was the case just because of how that player was playing. Like he didn't seem to be in a bad situation when I like walked up on him and shot him. Like he was He didn't seem to care about the, like, what was going on, you know? Like, people play differently when they're in a fight. I'm just gonna quickly loot this. What I was gonna say after I killed that cow or whatever, when I saw the guy kill the... the reason why I came back here was to get more slurps, basically, is what I was trying to say. But everything just started happening so fast. We have incredible loot. We're just down bad on shockwaves. I'm not sure if any of the other players I killed around here had some. It's definitely possible that Ruby I killed did. I didn't really get to see her loot. So I'm going to go back over here because there's a lot of kills we had here, and there's also Rift. The island hasn't been captured. The flag there will have like a green check on it when it's captured. Oh, there's a player underneath. There's 6 players remaining. If I kill all of them, I can get 20. No shockwaves though, unfortunately. Unless that's some. Nope. I'm gonna eat this thermal fish and then go through the rift. Because when we get high and we have the thermal, it'll be very easy for us just to see anybody. Still don't see any shockwaves. Don't see anything on island. Players here. These seem like AI. The way they're fighting makes no sense. Because if this was real players, then like this fight would have been over right away. This player that's low ground is in like a terrible spot. Rip, we can no longer get 20. It's gonna go back and rift. I mean, I guess maybe I shouldn't. We have zone. I kind of wanted to open the vault on the island. It's not my favorite thing to do. I feel like anytime I go to that vault, I just have the worst timing and then somebody takes the top of the house while I'm down there. But since I'm low on shockwaves, then like checking that vault would be nice to do. And that's pretty much the only time I would go for that personally, is if I really wanted utility this late into the game. That's one of your few options. If it hasn't been looted. But like I said, it's risky to do so because anytime I do that, I feel like I just get the worst timing ever. Like if I'm on island, I want to be on the house. But just this season, I try to avoid the island as much as possible. And it's not like the end of the world only having 2 shockwaves, but it like could be a problem. And so I would have liked to check that. And it probably would have been the better thing to do instead of killing those AI. Like I was 99% certain they were AI just by the look of how they were fighting. Like the AI will just be in weird fights and then like not, like they just like kind of trade damage like that. It was like how when I got my combat cache earlier and I walked up on those 2 people fighting, I was like really certain they were AI just because like the way they fight. Like the AI will just be out in the open fighting each other and not really doing any damage. Whereas like if 2 real players were fighting like that, one of them is like gonna get that kill, you know? I think that's somebody's NPC. Yeah. But that means there's a player around there because the NPC follows the player that they're hired by. So there's likely going to be a player like kind of coming up this way. And we did get the Bloodhound proc on the NPC. That expired now, but... I was going to say, since we have Bloodhound on that NPC, we'll know where they are. We'll know, like, likely where his, the person who hired him is to be. Sounds like they're fighting? Yeah, they're fighting. I think I shockwaved him away with that. Shoot, man. I don't know where he is. GG's. But that's kind of like what I was saying before with like when somebody like shockwaves up to repeater on you. That guy like went super high to drum shotty on me, and like the person that shockwaves second will typically hit the ground second. So like he shockwaves onto me. Instead of looking up in the sky and shooting him, I just shockwave myself. Not only was I not 100% sure where he was, I wasn't sure if he was like went over me or if he was still in the air or what. But just like being in the air is so much safer than being on the ground when the opponent is in the air. And if he wasn't in the air and he was like underneath the building, like behind me, then I could have just like seen him down there. But yeah, like with the repeater in the game, that's one of the reasons why shockwaves are so big. Like, because he didn't really use the repeater there, but if he was just shockwaving up and repeatering down on me, and he did have soaring sprints, me being on the ground is just a death sentence. Like, the only thing you can do is shockwave up, and then hopefully they land first, and then you can get a repeater shot or two onto them as you're in the sky and landing, and then you can just turn the fight. But the pump repeater combo is nasty. That was like 2 drum shotty players, that guy and the player outside the vault we fought, the John Cena, where like that's just a perfect situation for the drum shotty, but I was able to like out damage them with pump repeater. But that is gonna be it for today's video. As always, if you guys found this helpful or informative, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below what you hope to see in tomorrow's update. Mine, I think, would have to be a repeater nerf, and then maybe some sort of NPC on the map or something that sells shockwaves. I think would make the game a lot better. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.